About books like a pro. By the time we're done here, you'll be able to share your favorite stories with so much more confidence. So you ready? Let's jump right in. Okay, so first things first. A book doesn't just appear out of thin air. It all starts with people. So let's meet the key players who make a book happen. The first person we absolutely have to talk about is the author. This is the genius, the creative mind who dreams up the whole thing. They write the story, they create the world, they do it all. So you could say something like, the author of the Harry Potter series is J.K. Rowling. And then you've got the illustrator. Now, if the author uses words to tell the story, the illustrator uses pictures. Their drawings can totally bring a book to life, you know? This is super important in kids' books and, of course, in graphic novels. And now, for the single most important person in this whole process. You, the reader. Seriously, you're the one who takes those words and pictures and lets the story unfold in your imagination. A book is really just paper and ink until a reader comes along. All right, we've met the team. Now let's kind of open up the book itself. Let's look at its anatomy. What are the basic building blocks that make up a story? So most books you'll pick up are split into chapters. The easiest way to think about a chapter is like one episode of a TV show. It's just one piece of the bigger story. And you know how authors love to end a chapter on a cliffhanger, just to make you say, okay, just one more chapter. Of course, every story needs its players, and these are the characters. A character could be anyone, a person, maybe an animal, or even a robot from the future. Usually you'll have a main character, the hero, and sometimes you'll have a villain trying to mess things up. Okay, we've met the people, we've looked at the structure. Now for the really juicy stuff. Let's get to the absolute heart of it all, the story. These next few words are what describe the actual magic of a book. Let's start with the plot. The plot is basically the backbone of the story. It's what happens. It's the whole sequence of events from the very beginning to the very end. The action, the adventure, the drama, that's all the plot. Next up is the setting. This is all about the where and the when of the story. Is it happening in a magical castle, a futuristic city on Mars, or maybe just a normal high school? The setting is what creates the whole vibe and atmosphere of the book. You know, every story is a journey, and every journey has to have a destination. In a book, we call that the ending. It's how everything gets wrapped up. Is it a happy ending, a sad one, or maybe one that makes you think for days? The ending is what sticks with you long after you've closed the book. Okay, theory time is over. We've got all this new vocabulary, so let's put it to the test. Let's see these words out in the wild. I'm going to read you a quick description of a book, and I want you to listen for some of the words we've just learned. Okay, here it is. It was about a woman who was a pilot. She had a lot of health issues when she was a child, but she trained so hard. Wow, that sounds like a really powerful and inspiring story, doesn't it? So, did you spot our new words? Let's break it down. The woman who is a pilot? She's the main character. And the story about her training and overcoming all those problems? Well, that's the plot. See? It's pretty simple once you know the words. All right, time for a quick bonus round. Let's talk about the different kinds of books, or genres. Knowing these terms can really help you find more of the stories that you're going to love. Okay, the biggest, most basic split when you talk about books is fiction versus nonfiction. It's pretty straightforward. Fiction is a story that's made up. It comes from the author's imagination. Nonfiction, on the other hand, is all about what's real. Real people, real events, real facts. And here are a few other common types. A graphic novel tells a story using pictures, kind of like a long comic book. A biography is a nonfiction book that tells the true story of someone's life. And science fiction, that's where we get stories about the future, space travel, aliens, and cool technology. So there you have it. Look at all these new words you now have to talk about books. We covered the people behind the book, the different parts of a book, and the elements that make up the story. You've officially upgraded your book talk toolkit. So, to finish up, I've got a little challenge for you. Think about your absolute favorite book. Got it? Okay, using our new words, can you tell me what is that book's setting? Is it in a fantasy world, a big city, sometime in the past? Give it some thought. Thanks so much for joining me today.